Coming to you live from Hell Entertainment Studios. Sinner Sundaze. With your hosts, Diggs and A. Grace.
Hey, what's up, man? I think it's pretty obvious right about now who you're looking at, but I'll tell you anyhow. I'm Shaggy Too Dope, the Southwest Strangler.
And I'm Violent J, the Duke of the Wicked.
And together we happen to be
the Insane Clown Posse.
And right about now, it's time to get a big, fat shout out to Hell's Entertainment. They're a media outlet for all touring artists.
They offer videography, design work, photography, motherfucking freshology. Are you a touring artist? Do you get out there and grind? Or are you a boring artist? Do you sit home and whine? Because if you're a worker, hook up with Hell's Entertainment.
That's right, Hell's Entertainment. You can reach them at www.hellentertainment.com.
And if you're not done with that, go to hell!
Hey.
What is up, everybody? What's up, Ash?
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You sound like a robot.
Why?
Your audio's all crackly.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
It just wasn't.
I know.
Um.
But what are you going to do? Welcome. Episode 2, finally.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but you still got little crackles.
Should I leave and come back?
Yeah, why don't you pop back in. We'll see what's going on. That's it. I fired her. She's done. Bye, Ash. Thanks for joining. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it is episode 2 of Sinner Sundaze. It's been a while. We know we've had some cancellations and reschedules and everything, so we appreciate your support. You kicking around, staying around with us. Tonight, we have longtime homie of ours, Rich Sounds from Soundwave, formerly also from TNT, and we're going to get into all of that tonight. We're going to talk about him, his car insurance, Legos, anal herpes. We're going to talk about it all, and we're going to talk with Ash again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you are back. Your voice is not scraggly.
Perfect.
It does not sound like you have smoked 75 packs of cigarettes today. We are good.
I didn't.
What's
up, man? So we haven't been here in a little bit.
I did. Yep, I just kind of said that. Let them know. We're back. We apologize for our lack of shows, but some things are out of our control sometimes, and well, it's the way the media business works.
Both occasions were not, and wasn't our fault, right? Yeah,
they weren't our fault. Just
it's
life
cool,
happens, and we have since scheduled many guests. Something you don't even know about, Ash, is probably, I think we are scheduled now till July.
Ooh, July. I knew about June.
Yep. A few more have popped on with inquiries on our Instagram and all of those social sites. So please go smash that like, share, subscribe button for us. We would greatly appreciate it. Tonight, we're not only streaming on our page, but we're also streaming on Rich Sound's page, his new music and gaming page. So please go smash his button, like, share, subscribe. He likes to be smashed. So go do it for him. We would appreciate it.
What's the music page called?
It's Rich Sounds Gaming and Music, I believe.
Cool.
And I'm waiting for him to shake his head yes or no, because he's waiting in the green room. He's like, yep, that's right. I'm smart. Yeah, Diggs got it. All right,
we
cool.
pay attention.
Yep, he just started his streaming site, so please go, like I said, go smash that button for him. Smash it for us. We can use all the like shares we can get. Because we do this for you. We do this for the artists to get new likes and shares and listeners and all that. So it is it is fucking hot down here in the dungeon.
Is it? I'm pretty content. Sorry to say.
I am sitting right next to my boiler system.
And you chose to wear long sleeves. It's interesting.
Well, I was at a photo shoot all day on the water.
That's fair.
And I didn't have time. Came home and dad duties and all that. So I didn't have time to really change.
Go Bruins. They're doing good.
Playoffs start Monday against the Carolina Hurricanes. Fucking watch them. Go Bruins.
Go Bruins.
What's new in your world? You just shot a show for us.
Yeah, dude. Ago. What? I'm sorry.
Not too long ago, you shot something for us.
Yeah, it was a lot. Above Snakes.
Yep.
Kingdom Collapse. Oh my God. Fire from the Gods, Ashes to the New, and Blind Channel, and they were sick.
That was a stellar lineup for you to go shoot. We got approval, I think, from every PR person for that band. For that show.
It was a little bit of a tornado, but it all came together in one place. So
the photos came out fucking amazing. Everyone's happy with them.
The vault's tough. The vault is tough as a photographer. The lights there just
love the vault, love the venue. Let's work on the lighting.
Yeah, they'll get there, but they're just very, it's cool. But I had a blast. Yeah, it was a good time. Definitely can't wait to work with those cats again. For sure.
Yep. We're actually going to have Above Snakes on here shortly as well. Confirm that with them over the week.
Yes, perfect. Good.
They are going to be coming on, so we are pumped to see them or talk with them. You've already seen them and all of that jazz.
Yeah, everyone on that bill is on point, like sick. So good. It was a good time. For sure.
Yes.
You just did a video for a show, right? Team Ragosa. Whoop whoop. We love them.
Yes, Brandon and Desiree, kick-ass couple. If you have a chance to go see them rip it up at a show as a DJ and a guitarist, I highly recommend it. It was a rave. It was my first rave ever.
Yeah, how was your rave?
A lot of juggalos were there. I wore my new Twisted jersey.
I believe that.
I'm like, okay. They're like, we don't see people repping Twisted too much, and well, Twisted's got love at the raves. So, Georgia, if you're watching, just letting you know, I got you in at the raves if you need it.
It was packed.
It was. They had 3 stages. They had the lounge, the main stage, and then, off to the right where they have like the video games and all.
Yep.
They had a stage set up in there.
Oh, sick. Okay.
So it was fun. It was definitely something out of my comfort zone to start, but probably one of the funnest shows I've done because it was something different.
Totally, dude. I'm pumped to see that footage for sure.
So much thanks to Team Ragosa. We'll be working with them in the very near future. Much love to them, and thank you for allowing me to grace your stage with my camera.
Did you just do video?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, and
yep.
Amy was out repping, doing the photo thing. Those came out sick.
Yeah, her photos came out fucking incredible there. They were super happy.
Yeah, it was like a super fun time, for sure. I have yet to rave, actually.
I was worried with the rave because they had so many LED screens on the stage. And
totally.
From shooting non-point with their LEDs lights going off and on, how that fucks with your settings.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, I'm gonna shoot high. We're gonna see what happens. And well, the footage came out awesome. I can't wait to start putting it together.
Dude, I'm pumped to see it. It's yeah, it's a challenge. But thank goodness for continuous shooting. Thumbs up.
What up, Dakota? Thank you for joining. Dakota, a friend of mine, a former work colleague. Appreciate the support here, my friend.
Thanks for joining. I do want to, before we bring anyone in, I don't even know what time it is because we're gamming. I do want to give a, heartfelt Rick Taylor Hopkins because we did lose him in our break while we were gone.
Yep.
Rockstar down for sure. He will forever be down, one of the greats, I think. Rockstar history.
For sure, 100%. So
But on another, what was it? Jay's birthday from ICP the other day.
Yeah, Violent J turned 50 on April 28th. So
how's his health condition?
I guess it's status quo right now. They're still not going to tour a whole lot, but he's still going to do gatherings. And I know there is a tour coming up, supposedly the farewell tour.
Right.
We'll see how that goes. But yeah, Violent J turned 50. Makes me feel fucking old. I'm sure it makes Rich feel like a real baby because, well, he's like 10. And it was also Cryptic's birthday on April 28th. So
right.
Happy belated to our long time homie, Mr. Cryptic.
Yep, and we can definitely shed a little tear that we didn't get to Astronomicon this year.
Yeah, Astro just happened. It was a week ago. It ended today. You know,
I texted him about it, and I'm like, we could be at Astro. And he goes, I don't want to talk about it right now.
We don't talk about Astro if we're not at Astro.
I'm like, dude, I'm thinking about it too. But it was awesome. The recap for that's all on their IG. Definitely check it out.
Gibby's dropping more shit left and right. Gibby's on fire again.
Nice.
The kid just is incredible. So hit up Gibby Stites as well.
That shit.
Yeah, that's all I got. You're sounding like a robot again.
No,
I think you need your
Wi-Fi. Should I shut the Wi-Fi off?
Where's your headphones?
Oh, I got those.
So while you get your headphones, we're gonna bring in Mr. Rich, so we can talk to Mr. Rich.
Oh, hi! Didn't see you there.
That's actually the ointment going on his anal.
Yes, how we spackle. If you want to tackle a problem, you spackle the problem. That's what I always say.
Rich, what's up, my long time brother from another mother?
What's up, buddy, man? Thank you for having me on. You know what I mean? It's been a long time coming. I know you've been asking me for a while. I just didn't know I was going to be getting interviewed by a robot.
Right?
You're welcome.
Yeah, and she still sounds like a robot.
Yeah, she sounds like she smokes 40 packs a day.
Yep.
I'm showing you the room now.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah. It has been a long time coming to get this very busy person on.
We've tried.
So,
Good.
Rich, what is going on? How are you?
Not much, man. You know, actually a whole bunch is actually going on. Not much maybe to me, because I definitely want to be doing a lot more. You know, we got a lot going on as far as music going. You know, I just kind of reopened the back of my studio, you know, kind of my new spot out here in Drake. Started building my own studio again, you know what I mean? You know, it's been a while since I've really actually gotten to put out any music, but for me, I'm kind of like one of those guys that got to do like the trial and error, you know, kind of more or less plan and plot before I actually take any action. Because as you know, you know me long enough, man. Like TNT, like, you know, we were killing it, but you know, there's obviously some things there that, you know, we did that we should have not done, you know, and like it's more or less, you know, trial and error. So this time when I actually
live and learn situation, you know, you live and learn from your trials and error.
Exactly. And that's the thing with my music now, is that I got to make sure that I took whatever I shouldn't have done before, or, you know, things that weren't working out as well, and making sure that, you know, we capitalize on that and don't make the same mistakes. Now, you know, as you know, you knew me as Terra. So, you know, I grew up a little bit, and as I grew up, I was kind of like, you know, it didn't fit me as much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I will always be Terra to most people. And like when I show up to certain shows that I perform at, some people are still like, yo, man, you're TNT. I'm like, who the fuck are you? But it's crazy to think that, you know what I mean? That, like, you know, how much of an impact we really had in the hip hop scene, especially when we're only like, what, 18, 19 years old, you know, barely old enough to even drink. And, you know, I think, well, when did I hit you up? I hit you up probably I was, what, 18 years old.
I think we actually got connected, and I was going to touch on this too. You know, for those of you that don't know, Ricky, former, you know, member of TNT with Jared and Carlos, and then Soundwave. But I think we got connected through Fatty when I was throwing our first Halloween show, Horrorween, because you did the graphics for it on the CD cover.
Yes, but I think it was even before that, because I remember I did the Bodog Battle of the Bands, and I was so adamant, like, I'm like, we got to do music. We're the greatest. You know what I mean? we weren't the greatest just yet. You know what I'm saying? But I think we also had like a lot of potential. But I remember, I think I hit you up personally, and I remember, I tried going on my Facebook the other day. I mean, not my Facebook, my MySpace. I tried going on there, and because
Good luck
of
with that.
yeah,
Right.
I got on, but there was
Damn.
nothing on there. They deleted everything.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
all
what?
it's a fucking ghost town now.
I had a custom page. I remember that was the first time that I didn't know how to code or nothing. I remember I had the whole graphics all loaded up. Worst graphics ever, probably from Photoshop too. You know what I mean? And like all I remember is I remember hitting like either messaging people or something, and then like just like I need to get a show. And I'm pretty sure you said call me or something like that. I think I remember you saying like call me right now. And I remember calling you, and that was like our first show. And I'm pretty sure you set it up. I didn't think it was Fatty because I think I got introduced to Fatty through you at the show. And then I think I did the Halloween show.
It's possible because Fatty did like all of our promoting back in the day when we first started out. Fatty was my right-hand person at that time. Great kid, you know, love him to death still.
That means you definitely had the Pontiac.
I had the Sunfire for sure.
which I wish I had a picture of because it had the old school Hell Entertainment logo on it with like Diggs's. Didn't it have your phone number?
It had everything. It said what we did, my phone number. I had a big old like 7-foot
Like-
H on the hood.
Yeah, like across this.
It was fucking great. It was
Pontiac.
black
That's
and
funny.
like lime green.
Those cars give so many problems.
Yeah,
So
it
I
was-
killed 2 of them. I killed 2 of them.
You know, that's a funny thing too, is that my mom had one, she killed it, she got another one. I don't know how many people had that car and got another one, even though it gave them so many problems.
I love that car.
You know,
Oh.
I mean, here I am trying to learn from my mistakes. Here you are repeating them.
So I mean, going back talking about TNT, I think I just found my Time Bomb?
Mhm.
My Time Bomb
It's a
autograph
gem.
CD. It's kicking around here somewhere. I found it the other
It's a
day.
fucking gem. That CD is a gem.
That shit's gonna go on eBay because it's worth a lot of money right now, and you
It is
fuckers out there don't even
vintage.
know about it.
That is vintage.
Vintage,
Like
yeah.
the amount of effort I had to put into recording that. Only imagine like Carlos is like ADHD. Trying to get him to focus. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you know what I mean, creating that whole like intro with all the sound effects and everything, and my terrible acting. But the terrible acting is what made it. It's like a horror movie, you know. You love it for the bad acting, you know.
Grade B horror movie.
Exactly. Those are the best ones.
I was just gonna say those are some of the best, honestly.
They are. They really are. You know. But yeah, I mean that you know, growing from that, man, like, you know, coming from Terra and kind of growing into Rich Sounds, you know what I mean? I think this is more or less my chance to rebrand myself and kind of, you know, really, you know, kind of really make my mark and learn from my mistakes and kind of capitalize on that. So that way, this way I can be the best I can be. And like going into my album, you know, that I'm making now, it's called The Light That Casts a Shadow. And it goes through my dark past growing up throughout my childhood. And like, this is the first time that I think I've really written something that is so real and so original. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, when you listen to a certain artist and you're like, man, I can really relate to that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like the thing is for me, it's like, you know what? I'm like, I gotta write something that I can be like, yo, I'm gonna put on the CD and I fucking relate to that. You know what I mean? So I went step by step, like through my life and like going through my darkness. And the reason why it's called Light to Cast Shadow is because it's going from me stepping into the light, and my shadow is that little kid coming into the light. You know what I mean? And it's me growing through that. And as my album goes from the darkest points, it's going to go more into my brighter side. And that's when I can really start opening up and get a little more live with my music. So I'll give you a little bit of that with some of the tracks I actually gave you to show off tonight, which I'm really excited for people to, you know, hear. You know, I'm hoping that it comes out early summer is what I'm hoping for. You know, I'm really just formatting the beats. I'm kind of already finished writing the album, and I kind of already started writing the next one. But you know, it's kind of one of those. Excuse me. It's one of those. See one, someone. You know what I mean?
So with this album, are you self-producing it or are you working with producers on it?
So I do produce beats, and like, you know, I was debating for the longest time because I took like 2 years off from writing music just so I can learn how to make beats, because I was so tired of stealing people's beats from SoundClick. You know what I mean? Just constantly, you know, tagging it up. And like now when I go to play somebody's music on like one of my live streams, it's like, you know, Oh, Facebook here. I'm gonna mute your video for like half an hour because you don't have the copyright system. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be. I want to be able to send my music out to people, especially like on here, without Facebook being like, "Yo, fuck you. We're gonna quiet you down real quick," you know. So so instead of me making my beats, so it's very hard for me because I'm so self-critical when it comes to making my music. So I was like, and you know, if I'm going to be making my own beats, it's a lot of work for me to focus on the writing, focus on the beats, focus on, you know, the artwork and everything. So I'm more or less reaching out, and this is a big part of like where my projects are now. Like, as you know, like I have my streaming now, Rich Sounds Gaming and Streaming. So, you know, I obviously do my gaming because I just something I love to do in my pastime. I love art, love music, love all that, stories. So like I feel like games kind of resonate there with me. But you know, as far as music, I really wanted to promote not just musicians, but I want to promote artists, people like you who are doing these shows for artists to get them out there. You know, it's more about creating a community. And I've been working on like, you know, really kind of fine-tuning my audience and calculating who my music is getting out to, rather than people that are just sitting there scrolling by. Like, you can see, you know how it is when you get onto impressions and stuff and you see how many people see your video, how many people stop and actually just drop a like, drop a share. And then you got people that are like, you know, oh man, yeah, I'm the biggest supporter. I'm like, really? I've never seen a share. I've never seen a like or a subscribe. You know, they don't tell me like you're like, you know, analytics don't lie. They don't.
You're not wrong on that one. You know, we see it too. You know, oh, we love your show. We love your show. Well, I've never seen you in the show. I've never seen you share. Like, a share is one of the biggest things you can do.
I agree.
Exactly. And, you know, I want to get more involved in that too. You know, I'm not going to say that, you know, it's everybody else and it's not me, because it's me too, you know? So, and like, that's a big thing too, is that I want to make sure that I'm not just talking the talk, and I'm, you know, making sure that I support these other people out there that are really trying to make an impact, and not just like an impact, but like a positive impact where, you know, trying to bring people together as musicians. And, you know, for me, it's like, I want, you know, I want to bring artists in there. It's not to just get my likes, to get them likes. You know, the more artists I can play their music, the more artists that are going to come in and feed off of everybody else. Grimo Cypher does a great job of it when they do their Sunday Night Live. And, you know, I kind of wanted to get on the same page. I don't want to bite it, but at the same time, I think there needs to be more of a bigger community that does it, you know?
Oh, absolutely. We agree with that.
Yeah.
That's why we reach out to all different types of artists. So, you know, we can share their platform. I mean, like you guys just said, getting a share through a page is tough, but it's huge. It's huge for everyone, every artist to come together.
It really is, you know, and the biggest thing is consistency, you know, and like it's obviously, like, I know we all have our lives and there's, you know, a lot of people, but it's like, even still then, it's like you start realizing, even when you're posting, like, hey man, send in your music, like, let me get you on, you know, let me get you on the show, this and that. It's like, how many people actually reach back and like, are like, yo man, yeah, play my music. It's like, do I really want to even be surrounded by people that aren't even willing to, you know, put in like just a little effort and just sending their music out? If they don't even really want their music played out like that, regardless if it's a couple of views or not, I mean, that's views. And like, if I don't even see that from the artists that I'm surrounding myself with, I'm like, they're not putting in enough effort to make themselves grow. So I'm like, we want to grow all together. I'm like, I'm not here to just do all the legwork for them, but you know what I mean? If they're putting in the work, you know, it's recognizable, you know, for all of us as, you know, podcasters and people that out here just showcasing their music. So, you know, we had who was it, Scarecrow Hill on the show, what was it, a couple weeks ago, and like I started, you know, I was bumping out because I was like, you know, like, man, these are the homies from back in the day, you know, from all the dig shows and shit. And I was like, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm like, so I started listening, and then I was like, you know, me and Los is in the other room, he was on the chat too, and he's like, bro, he's like, is Blaze a dead homie? Like, is he in Scarecrow Hill? Is that Scarecrow Hill? I'm like, nah, man, but that's definitely Blaze. I was shocked. I'm like, you know, it's nice to see like where they came from too, because like I've known them for so long, and to see that they're getting like that type of traction. Like, Blaze is the man. He's just a legit dude.
Well, yeah, they got a lot of features. They got a shit ton of new features on that one. And when their first album came out after their long ass hiatus with Not Dead Yet, you know, Jamie was on a couple of tracks with beats from Stir Crazy, and we did the video with Jamie for War. So yeah, they're ripping it up and everything. So
I love to see that, man. I love to see it, especially after all these years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how many years? Like, come on, that's like, how old am I? That's a long time. It's like almost like 14 years. Like, you know what I mean? 12 to 14 years that I like,
you were
what I
still
mean?
in diapers when you were playing shows with them.
You know what I mean? Just a little bit. You know what I mean? That was
But I mean,
before that was
go ahead.
before the anal herpes.
Yeah, I want to take it back real quick though, because you had mentioned about artists and whether they're taking themselves seriously. And one of my biggest pet peeves, and Ash, I know I've talked with you about it, and I'm sure Ricky the same with you, is when you hit up a band or an artist and they're like, "Oh yeah, just go search me on YouTube or search me on Spotify." No, send me the link. That's my biggest fucking pet peeve. I will give anyone a shot to come on and promote themselves and talk about themselves and whatever. But if you're gonna make me go search for you, I'm gonna skip right over that because you should be proud of what you're producing to send me samples.
Exactly. And like as a music artist, this is another thing. As a music artist, like you got music, like, you know what I mean? If your music link is not in your clipboard of like copy and paste shit, you're not sharing enough. You know what I mean? It should be somewhere in your clipboard. So when you hit paste and you got a list of things that you've copied, if it's not in there, you're not sharing enough. You know what I mean? I'm constantly every single day. I use DistroKid. So I have this thing that's called Wheel of Playlists. And you click on it and it spins a wheel and it gives you 3 spins. And then whatever the lowest number is there, that's what number you are in the list of, playlist on Spotify. So people can, listen to your music. So every single day, the first thing I do when I wake up, boom, what playlist am I getting on today? Okay, I'm on Release Radar today. Boom, I'm on that one. Okay, I'm on summer releases. And I've been doing that like constantly, just trying everything I possibly can to get my music out there. My next avenue is I'm trying to get my music more or less intertwined with some like kind of films. I know a few indie film producers and whatnot that that are need some music, some beats and whatnot for some movies or some intros and cutscenes and whatnot.
We got a producer actually that we interviewed on season 2, I think it was, Ash, the one that Christina brought in, Johnny Hickey.
Yep.
So, I'm still in contact with him. So definitely I'll reach out and see if he needs anything for sure.
Most certainly, and like, even if it's just like some beats or something like that, they're just looking for something like that, just some kind of more or less, deep feeling or whatever it is, some vibey stuff to, play. I can do that too, If I can get my songs in there, it's better. But I mean, songs are very particular too. When you make a song that's like, it's kind of gonna fit that role of that scenery or like that kind of like, like that setting that the films are in. So that's where it's a little bit tough, But
Totally.
yeah, exactly. And like sometimes like, you know what I mean, like you're watching TV and like you're gonna hear that song. It's like, damn man, what is that song? You look it up. Like what's Guardians of the Galaxy? Best soundtrack ever. Best soundtrack ever.
I'm gonna put Forrest Gump in the category of
yes. Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. I actually just watched that last night on TV.
Nice.
That's funny. Lieutenant Dan, ice cream, Lieutenant Dan.
Soundtrack's amazing. Really.
Yes. That's such a good movie. That is such.
So
a
I'm
good
gonna
movie.
rewind a little bit.
Okay.
From Diggs's question of, so are you producing your own album completely now that you took time off to learn how to do beats, or are you bringing in people? You got any guest artists you're trying to work with? So
all right. So I am reaching out to third-party producers to produce my album. But I'm not just buying a beat. It's not like I don't like to just buy a beat and have one track, all the instruments in there. So I've been buying them more or less like tracked out, by instrument, and then I executive produce it. So after I get the beat and I get it all tracked out, I'm like, okay, am I dropping out hi-hats here? Am I adding a synth here? And I add on to it, but I don't necessarily format the beat, which gives me time to just get my writing process down. And on top of that, I can promote more producers, that are also out there, grinding and doing their thing as well. Recording, most certainly, that's all me. Mixing, mastering, artwork, 50-50. I think for my album artwork that I have right now, I think it's a little bit above my skill level for what I want. So I'm kind of working with Go Real Art, which is like a nasty. If anybody's listening right now and you need good album artwork, good logos, Go Real is like the man. He is like the best like artwork person that you can reach out to right now that I at least know.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to check him out.
He's so good. He does like like what I don't even know how to like describe it. It's kind of like, I guess you say parody almost. So say you want like some like thug ass shit, right? He does like animations too. So if you need like animate like full on animation music videos, all that stuff too. But he'll make a full on scene, but he'll make you like a Simpson character or like a Rick and Morty character. Like he uses those art styles too, which is really nice to like see. It's kind of refreshing because like you can see that he can take other artists' work and kind of recreate it, which is good. You know?
Yeah, that's very good. Good man.
You all right over there?
I love your audio, Amy. It's like it's original.
That's Ashley.
I mean, what did I just call her?
Amy.
Oh, sorry. I got photographers. I'm like reading her name as I was saying it too.
Oh,
my fault. My bad.
Am I a robot?
A little bit still, but it is what it is. We'll deal with it. So you're breaking into the solo world. You're doing your thing.
Mm-hmm.
What's up on the other half with the other two Stooges? Are you guys kicking it still with Soundwave? What's going on there?
Most certainly, yes, we are. You know, it's been a little bit of hiccup. We had Jared's in the mix of like getting a house and kind of doing his thing. His family.
Got 75 kids.
Just 75, more like 76 or 77, I think. It's an updated list,
Yeah.
But yeah, all in all, I mean, yeah, we are still making music. The biggest thing for me, personally, like, I want to make sure that we're on the same page, all three of us. It's very different when you're writing solo because you have an idea for a song and you can follow through with it. But for us, we need to make sure that all three of us have the same vision, or if one of us has a vision, make sure that all three of us can see it.
Sure.
So that's the biggest thing. It's the biggest hurdle that I feel like I'm leaping over. We do have a lot of songs written, a lot of them. We just haven't capitalized on writing them yet. Not writing them, but recording them yet. So that's the biggest thing right now. But we do have some shows coming up where we do have we have a handful of songs we are promoting and performing, but as far as like for people to get their hands on, we got like one song on YouTube right now. And that's kind of it, but I'm trying to take it one step at a time. I don't want to force it because, I know how great we can be together and we have a great stage presence, but, we want to make sure that we're doing it right as well, as far as TNT goes, we want to make sure that we're all on the same page. Jared's been coming here constantly, like doing his solo album, stuff like that. I've been mixing that, making sure that, like the same thing, you know what I mean? I want to make sure that we're all, buying our beats or making sure that we're owning at least some sort of licensing for our beat. So that way we're not, I don't want to be that guy to steal stuff. Like I used to like crack all my programs and stuff. Everything's paid for now. And I want to keep it that way. I want to keep it legit. I want to support the industry, front to back. So Jared's doing his thing. Low Wave, you can check him out on Spotify. He's got an album called Life. He released about, I'd say 9 months or so ago. Same thing. He went very deep into his life and his background. He needed to kind of break that ice too, where it's get through all the dark stuff and then get on to something a little bit more enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
I'm kind of on the same side, but at the same sense, like some of my music that's coming off my album now is not just rapping. It used to be straight, just hip hop, rap lyrics, bars, man. Bars over bars, bro. But now it's like I don't want to just be a rapper. I want to be a music artist. I want to make music. I want people to vibe out. I don't care if it's like, if I got to get a little more singy, whatever. I'm gonna get a little more singy, but I just want to make sure that people just can kind of feel me. But like I've been getting so much more like in depth, like really like I feel so here's my philosophy, right? Here's my philosophy. If I want to be the best I can be, right? The best me that I can be is me, right? Like, I'm the best me I can be. So if I want to be the best, I mean, why don't I just be me? Because that's the best I can be, So
You
I
gotta
feel
be a better you today than you were yesterday to be a better you.
exactly. And like not only that, not only like, just as far as like enhancing myself, but like to be me, right? Like I couldn't be somebody else. I can only be me. So when I'm writing my lyrics and writing my verse and writing all that, I'm writing only what's really happening to me because I'm like, I'm the only person that's lived that. I'm the only person that's me. So if I'm me, I'm the best me that I can be. Nothing but I'm the best me that I can be, then I'm the best at what I do. You know what I mean? So that's kind of been my philosophy as far as throughout this whole album is being as real and authentic me as I can be. And I'm hoping that resonates with a lot of people. And like, that's the best part about like listening to my music. Like as like myself, usually I'm so self-critical, but I'm like, you know what? I can relate to this shit. Cause you know what I mean? It's so real to me,
Before we go too much further, just want to give a shout out to our homies. I know Rich, you're tight with them, real tight. K&G Entertainment, Kemick and Glenn.
Hey, I love you guys.
They're fucking kicking in, watching the show. We appreciate you guys.
Love
Kemick,
y'all.
I'm coming for you next to get in here. So don't think you're safe. You're coming in the pit. We're gonna spill your guts too. But anyway, Ash, what you got? I've been kind of running the.
No, it's all good. I don't want to interrupt.
Oh, life was produced by No Gimmick.
Rich, you're on like a good flow. I don't want to interrupt, but I'll bring us back a little bit.
Rewind it back. Keep rewinding it back. I love that. Because then we
Okay.
can go forward again, and then you can rewind me back again.
Yeah, I got you.
And we'll get back to this point.
A little bit. All right. So
I love it.
you're talking about you guys live shows. So are you gonna do any live streaming? Like, how do you feel about that?
I love live.
Because you do. Is it Twitch that you're?
I am on everything.
Okay,
I am YouTube, Facebook. This is the problem. This is the hurdle that we're facing right now. And I'm sure you guys must deal with it a little bit. If you deal with rappers, of course. I mean, as far as bands and stuff, I'm sure you guys are more or less, they're all making their own music, their own instruments, their own riffs, everything's them. But are you drawing a picture?
No,
I'm just playing.
Remember when we started? It was empty, guys.
Hey, look at that, huh?
Don't let her fool you with her shopping list to go to the grocery store later.
I forgot my notebook.
Is that pickled relish? What is that?
Yes.
But yes, as far as live streaming goes, this is the big hurdle. I just started my channel and really kind of, doing that. The biggest problem is for me is, like I said, like a lot of these guys don't have copyrighted beats. So it's like I am getting threatened by Facebook on a weekly. We're going to shut down your page because of copyrights. So
I know a lot of musicians are going to Twitch because of that problem.
Twitch is giving DMCA fines as well.
Yeah,
so
they're changing their platform as well.
Gotcha.
So what I found out is that YouTube, because I talked to Grind Mode Cypher, because they do it on a weekly, and some reason their videos are all fine. Come to find out that on YouTube, as long as you're not monetizing your page, which I mean, I think you need like 1,000 followers to do so anyways.
Right.
But if you don't monetize your page, you can play whatever the hell you want. They won't cut you off. So I started kind of transitioning over to
the
YouTube, and it seems to be working well. I did a little bit of it today, just to play around to see how it works. No issues as far as copyrights or any warnings. So as long as we're not monetizing, we're not making money off of advertising off of someone else's stuff, it's not an issue.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So
yeah, we know all that too well. When we first started out, way back at the start of COVID, we were getting shut down left and right because we didn't know what the hell we were doing, and it was frustrating. But now that we, usually if you're talking over the music and just have it in the background, it's not an issue. But if you're playing it like a radio station-esque, or if you're streaming and just playing it and not talking over it, that's where you're going to get tagged.
And that's kind of the thing is what I've been told too is like lower it down to a certain level. And if you're gaming or something like that, if it's at a certain level, you're fine. But once you get to a certain point of like traction, that's where they start tagging you. And I don't want to be that guy, but I'm like, there's got to be some kind of loophole that I just personally haven't figured out yet where I can kind of get a passive rights or I can pay some BMI shit. You know what I mean? I just don't know what it is, but I will just like, I'm having issues. I'm having some fucking problems, guys.
Yeah, it's tough to get around because we've fought that battle, and essentially we've cut out our background music just because we don't want to get shut down.
Mhm.
So if we get music from artists like you or Scarecrow Hill or Cryptic or whoever in the original beats, we have no issues.
Exactly. And that's kind of what I've been doing now is I've been like, buying all my beats, at least getting the licensing fees and all that taken care of. My only problem is like I mean, I know that there's people out there that like paid for their beats and got their licensing, and it's like still Facebook is like, yo, fuck you, you don't own the shit. And I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. I'm like, I know this is paid for, but I'm like, is there something that I can do where I can send, like, I have the licensing agreements, and like,
You gotta go through all their proper channels and bullshit.
it's like, yeah, but like, was like, okay, like, so it doesn't get muted later, like, or
Right.
it's like, hey, Facebook, heads up, here's a licensing agreement. Don't mute me next week. I don't know. I don't know how it works. You know what I mean?
Right.
You do a past tense or pretense, and then they
I don't-
unmute it.
I don't think they want you to know how it works.
Exactly.
Hey,
I'm just waiting for Elon Musk to just buy that shit too.
and bring it back to MySpace.
Yeah.
Seriously.
You got shows coming up. I know one of them Memorial Day weekend, the 29th, Blazed and Confused with our long time homie.
Oh my god, I am
It's B Loco, so like that. B Loco Town Records. You guys are on that bill. A bunch of other kick-ass people. It's his 10th annual. I believe it's the last one he's doing. Memorial Day weekend.
so excited. I am so excited. Like, like we were supposed to be the secret guests, TNT. So, we are going in there as Soundwave, but we are definitely we're gonna have to do a fucking click boom. I don't give a fuck if I rap it.
Click boom.
I mean, I don't care if I rap it, if the whole crowd sings it together, if it's the homies will know it, so I think like, B Loco asked for he asked for like a track to like send him and like, for like whatever mixtape or something to do it, and I think I'm gonna send him click boom.
Remaster that shit.
I have other songs, but nothing hits like that click boom. You know how wild shit used to get with click boom?
Bro, for real.
In Chalk Zone? Like, get out of here. I remember Josh, dude. He used to fucking wild out. He used to be moshing with freaking 5 girls, just shoving them the hell out of the way.
I fucking miss shows with you guys. Oh.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me open this door for my girl.
No, don't open the door. Let her stay outside.
Rude. Thanks.
Oh. So anyway, everyone out there, go like, share, subscribe to all the pages. Go to Rich Sounds' page. Like, share, subscribe that shit. Smash those buttons. Show him the love. He loves to be smashed. Watch out for the anal herpes because he'll get that shit too. But hey,
no, I got the good kind.
I have another subject I want to touch on with you, Rich, afterwards. It probably might take the rest of the time. Ash, you got anything else you want to ask him or anything else in your brain? Bring it back some more. What do you want to do?
Are we gonna play a track?
I only have it on my phone, so I can play it in the background.
Let's see here. I can share my screen and I can play it too, I believe.
Yeah, if you want to do that.
Okay. All right, that works.
Which one you want to do?
We're gonna start off with we'll start off with Stronger. I'll start off with a little bit of lighter stuff so you can kind of get an idea of what I've been talking about as far as getting into my real life. Let me go in here real quick. Let me go here. Bam. All right.
Going here.
So you can see my screen or no? Oh, you have to open that up on there too. Perfect.
There it is.
All right. Nice.
And then I'm gonna hide your screen.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect. All right. So you still get the audio from it?
Yep. Yep.
Awesome. All right. Let me get into my Google Drive real quick.
Get into them drives. Rich, we thank you for spending time with us tonight too.
Yeah, thank you.
Sunday nights are, sometimes busy nights for people, but we appreciate you taking the 45 minutes to an hour to sit down and chop it up.
This is what I live for, like, and I mean, especially like, you know, people that want to get like, you know, involved too with the music, and like, you know, it means a lot to me for you guys to even be doing something like this. And I know you've always been a supporter of the local artists from day one since I've met you. Didn't know me from a hole in the wall, like, yo, come do a show with me. You know, this is a lot, and I don't know why this isn't opening up. Give me 1 second.
Fucking Google, I tell you.
You know, it's the you like Google Drive. Where am I here? Oh, I'm over here. I didn't realize.
He's got like 17 screens he's watching.
I do.
It's like game life.
It's that game life, you know what I mean? I
That
do have a bunch
life.
of screens here too. It's just funny you say that. All right. Now a lot of these songs aren't released. So
Now, are you going to drop singles one by one, or are you going to drop the entire album in one shot?
So I on my Spotify, you can look me up to Rich Sounds. I do have one song that I did do a sneak peek of, but I am going to be dropping the whole album in full. But I did want to at least give somebody something to give, like, you know, an idea. Okay, this guy is good. I'm like, you know, I'll come back when he releases more music. So I have, like, you know, just starting out, I'm like 37, you know, monthly followers, and like I said, I keep doing those playlists, which has been helping me out a bunch as well. So I've been doing that, and you know, just kind of getting a little bit late. I just want to be in people's minds, so that way when I post it, it's kind of got a little bit more notoriety once I do so. Let's see here. Love my clicky ass keyboard. I'm sure y'all can hear that.
Oh, we can hear everything.
All
You
right,
can hear your bubble gut.
There it is, right there. Was it? Oh, there we go. Can you guys hear that good?
Nope.
You can't hear that?
I can't hear anything.
I hear
You
Chris.
can't. All right, hold on 1 second.
Did you share your audio when you shared your screen?
It didn't ask me to. Hold on. Audio default. Speakers.
Pardon us, people. We just having some technical stuff.
All right.
But you watched the show long enough, you should know.
They're used to it with that.
Let me see here.
I can bring it up on my phone.
This works real quick. Does that work?
No, I got nothing.
Does that work?
Does not work.
Technology.
All right. So why does it share my screen but not my audio? Let me hold on 1 second. Let me share it again.
We're just sharing. We're a sharing kind of group tonight, people.
Okay.
Sharing is
It
caring.
says sharing. Some screens let you share audio. Look for the share audio checkbox on the next window. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Now you got to share your screen again.
Look at it. Bam. Okay. All right. You got it? I missed that whole part.
There we
got
go.
Yeah, aha.
Those times, man.
I just want to make sure my volume's up. Oh.
Now he fucking turns it off. He's talking to the producer.
Gotcha. I ain't playing shit.
That's
So
the
close.
tease. Everybody can go check out hellentertainment.com for a recap of this show.
Living at my mama's house, there was things that happened there that I don't want to talk about. A young man who barely had life figured out. The man of the house trying to plan a way out. Look back at those days and realize how much people change. But at that age, you don't realize you haven't made. Dad was in prison, out of state. Mama's out late, out of work and I'm on a date. I would stay home with my sister playing games all night. Playing shoots and ladders or go break the ice. Eating Elio's pizza and rhyming the nights. And sometimes we would argue with each other and fight. But still we sister and brother for life. And when we would feel love, we would reach new heights. We grew up too fast, but at what price? Talking to a father through the letters we write. No mama, no father, nobody in sight. We thought this is what life was supposed to be like. It's getting dark. Somebody
Still hear you slurping. I didn't mute your mic.
All of this pain made us strong.
I knew that.
Hold on a little bit longer.
Oh, good times here at Sundaze. Good times.
That was awesome.
Rich, I gotta say, you know, knowing you for so long, listening to what you've done, listen to this. It's great, and it's
Appreciate
a
that.
different level of what you're on and what you've done before. So
Appreciate that, man.
props to you for going to a different route, for like coming out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Was that night, cause of June 15th, God took her life, and since then, I have not felt right. So I left, came back, a few years after that, followed with a pad, with the half in the glass. It said she passed, me and my mama used to clash, said a lot of things.
Well, if you're gonna fucking rap it, I'm gonna fucking put you on the screen.
How long it was gonna last until we put it on the past. I realized she's the one who was stuck in the fridge, feeding the kids. Love my mama to bits. I'm calling mama, it's rich. Can we talk for a sec? What I said I regret. You the only mama I get. Yeah. All of this pain made us stronger.
Hey, hey.
Just hold on
You know?
little bit longer.
Oh shit.
Cause one day he's gonna call you.
Yay, yay.
Together we will be stronger.
All right, man.
I'm digging that.
Hell yeah.
So that's, you know, that's a little bit piece of it, you know. That song right there kind of resembles more or less the growth that I've gone through in the past couple of years. You know, helping my father get sober from drugs and everything, you know, moving him out here and kind of let him wean off of drugs. Guys making like $300K, whatever it is a year. You know, I don't want to put out too much of his business, but I mean, going from a convicted felon of like, you know, 12 years to, you know what I mean, buying his own house. He lives right up the street from me too.
Much props.
You know, and one thing that I did notice though is that throughout that time of helping my father, you know, kind of more or less get back on his feet and do his thing, you know, from being in prison for so many years, is that, you know, all those years, you know, I used to fight with my mom all the time, you know what I mean? And like, then I started realizing, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, she was gone, she was missing, you know, whatever, she wasn't around a lot. And then I started thinking, I'm like, you know, maybe my mom was just working a lot. Maybe my mom was putting food in the fridge, you know what I mean? Maybe my mom was doing a lot of other things that I didn't realize, and that's pretty much what this whole song represents. Is more or less, you know, I'm like, you know, it was more or less about us fighting all the time, me running away, and then I'm like, you know, I'm like, and I started realizing, I'm like, who's the one feeding the kids, stocking the fridge? You know what I mean? I'm like, I love my mama to bits. I'm calling mama, it's rich. So I just, you know what I mean? Like that whole shit, like that was just all about that. Like that's more or less that personal growth, and that's where I'm trying to say is like, that's me. Like, you know what I mean? There's no me trying to be a hard guy. It's not me trying to just drop some bars and just trying to like just body tracks and just trying to be the tough guy anymore. It's more or less, it's like, listen, this is really my story, like about my sister passing away, my father being in prison, me and my sister being at home playing Shoots and Ladders, eating Elio's pizza. You know what I mean? That's all real things that I remember, and they vividly like had a serious impact on my life. And you know, that's the type of the vibe that I'm going with in my album. And as I go through my album though, it gets lighter. You know what I mean? It gets more openness, more me working through it. And like my album cover that I've been working on, like it's visually in my head, and like I'm trying to get the right artist, and it's probably going to be Go Real that really sees my vision. But it's me like walking through a doorway, and behind me there's a shadow. And the shadow is the shadow of a little boy, but I'm a grown-ass man with the little boy shadow. It's my little boy, like my kid self going in that darkness, you know what I mean? Walking through this doorway into this bright, like, you know, vivid landscape, you know, walking into the light coming from a child. And like, that's why it's called The Light that Casts a Shadow. So it's like, you know, I wanted to be very deep with it and like kind of really be like, you know, kind of give people like a real deep, you know, kind of out like look into my life and see what like, you know, what I'm really about. I don't want to try to like put on the persona of like somebody who's not real anymore. That's why I grew from Terror. That's why I grew from that. Rich Sounds just resonated with me because it's like I'm more than just, you know, just a rapper. It's like I am the sounds itself. You know what I mean? The sounds that people hear, the audio, the visuals. It's all just a rich, vivid imagination that I have that I want people to see, you know.
Very
Absolutely.
Cool. Good story for sure.
We got a couple of minutes left, Rich. I just want to touch on one thing. I mean, you posted it up on your Facebook, so that's why I'm kind of bringing it up. I took a screenshot of it so I wouldn't lose it, I wouldn't forget it. But you had posted I'm just gonna read the first sentence. This was the moment my life changed for the better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna go read the whole post. People want to see if they can go to your page. But what was that moment that made you flip from what you wanted to do to still being alive?
It goes back to that song in some sense too.
Okay.
It's more or less. So I went through a very dark time where a few years back where I was very on a very self-inflicting path where I just I felt like I had no hope. Nobody was there for me. Felt like I was completely alone. You know what I mean? I was about to be homeless. My like my mom, she's like, coming to live with me. And I resented her for it because I was like, even like I was the one who was trying to do good out of all my brothers and sisters. I mean, out of all my sisters, and then there was just me who was just trying to do something good, trying to fight. And, this whole time I resented my mom for not letting me, giving me a place to be when like I had nothing, somebody just sprung it up on me that, I'm going to end this lease in 2 weeks. I had no money saved up. I wasn't ready to, move out. And I was like, this is it. I'm like, I can't be homeless. Wrapped a mic wire around my neck and I wanted to kill myself. And Carlos hit me up and he was like, what's going on? And I was like, I'm killing myself. And like I never knew it, but the thing that I loved the most is going to be the one that killed me, talking about my music and the mic wire and everything. And I had this thing wrapped so tight around my neck, wrapped around 2 windows, and I was going to jump out this window, and I live right next door to like a halfway house. And this crazy guy outside was sitting there staring at me and laughing and giggling, and it was the most fucked up situation ever. Like, it was so fucked up. And as I'm contemplating like jumping out this window, next thing you know, fucking boom, fucking kicks open the door. This Carlos, Jared, Amanda, fucking all right there, fucking pulling the fucking mic wire off my neck, fucking embracing me. And Carlos ended up giving me a place to stay. And from then, you know what I mean, I realized, I went through a lot of hard times and a lot of fucking trials to be where I am today. But the one thing that I did notice is that, all that pain was what made me stronger. And like my mom, she wasn't doing it because she didn't love me. She wasn't doing it because she didn't want me to be around. It's because I needed to figure it the fuck out. If I didn't, like, I would be fucking, you know what I mean? She gave me the opportunity to like, listen, you need to fight through this, figure it the fuck out, do whatever you got to do. And because of that, she's the one. She didn't put me in that position. I would not be as independent, as self-strong as I am right now, as I really thought I was. She saved my life. Carlos was right there. Jared was right there. They saved my life. And since then, like, I realized how like important, really, like how important I really like I am to a lot of people, and how much I really have had an impact on people. And that's where I want to capitalize on that, because they've made me realize my worth, in this world, and how much I can really like make an impact on people. Now I want to do it with my music.
Absolutely. And I know those 3 people, Amanda, Carlos, and Jared, they love you till the day is long. I'm happy you're still here, man, because you are an incredible person. And it's such a, it's a shitty story to tell, but it's also so inspirational to know that you can come out on top from being at your lowest low. So anyone that's listening, watching, if you're at your lowest low, you can get out of it. People love you.
Facts.
I'm fucking choking up about it right now, but
yeah, it's fucking tough. Can I play one more song that comes from that? It's called,
for sure.
All right, it's called Leap of Faith. On here it's called Growth, because this is actually envisions my growth going from that. But
I'm gonna put the graphic up. We're gonna end with this song tonight, everybody. Thank you for checking it out.
Thank you.
Check out the recap, hellentertainment.com. Check out Rich Sound's page. Like, share, subscribe. We love you all, Rich. Thank you.
Love you too, bro.
If you want to kick it around afterwards.
Thank you, Ashley, Amy. No.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. What's this track name?
Oh, what song is this?
Yeah, what's this?
Leap of Faith.
Leap Face to end with this one.
I close my eyes and take it. See the man that became within. I was made for this and dangerous. You don't know what anger is. Take a risk, make a wish, take a leap of faith and just drift off, yeah. Drift off, yeah. Drift off, yeah. Be lost, yeah. They told me it would amount to nothing, but at least that counts for something. Cause all the ones that were doubting were always talking about me. Look at me now, you can never bring me down. Come take a look at my crown. The whole crowd gets loud for it sounds. When I'm in town, so shut your mouth. You couldn't keep talking no matter what I do. Thinking that I'm stopping with it, better make a move. And no one ever lose. Thinking that I'm playing, I'll play my fool. I got the juice, the roof and the roots, and I go to the roof. Hop in the booth, pop like a cop in a suit. I'm chucking the deuce, I'm paying my dues while you're hitting the snooze. Ooh, it's a little different, don't know when I'm ripping, don't know when I'm in the moment. I've been devoted, I did oppose. 10% of code, you never know it. I'm a better poet, I'm rich, you can't afford it, and you can't afford it cause I'm on the voyage. Got more bars than that in storage, more bars than my dudes in orange. I would never trade a thing, person who was made a king. I close my eyes and take it. See the man that became within. I was made for this and dangerous. You don't know what anger is. Take a risk, make a wish, take a leap of faith and just drift off, yeah. Drift off, yeah. Drift off, yeah. Be lost, yeah. I've been patiently waiting for most of my life. Most of the people don't know what it's like. So I picked up the pen and I started to write. People but get up and fight. I step in the light, it's me and the mic. One day when I'm on the front page, whether it's Sundays or it's Mondays, with the blunt blades, rip it up some stage. I wanna sit and look at their dumb face. And the people are telling me no way, this music is my soulmate. Been ripping the venue since 08. Don't like me, it goes both ways. Murder this beat is a cold case. Try to support me in no things. Say that you know me, I'm okay. I'd rather go back to my old ways. Back when I was a no name. Before I started spitting propane. Before I bought me that gold chain. Before I flipped that cocaine. Let's go. I would never trade a thing. Person who was made a king. I close my eyes and take it. See the man that became within. I was made for this and dangerous. You don't know what anger is. Take a risk, make a wish, take a leap of faith and just drift off, yeah. Drift off, yeah. Drift off, yeah. Be lost, yeah.
Five, Facebook, Instagram, all that. Love y'all. Thank y'all again.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Rich Sounds. Go check them out.
Love you, bro.
Hey, Photography. Go check her out. She's kind of good at what she
Love
does.
having me, man. Love you.